today on Divorce Court.
Terrione, I want you to stop accusing me of cheating when you and me both know that I have not cheated in the last 5 to 6 months.
We have 2 daughters, and I know for a fact that you wouldn't want no other man disrespecting them the way you have me in the past.
I also would like for you to be more intimate with me when I'm trying to initiate.
You feel like you can talk to me any kind of way, you'll get it whenever I get ready.
I would like the judge to give us advice on how to move forward, how to get past everything.
I know you love me and I love you, but there's some things that we need to work on.
Divorce Court is now in session.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with D'Eric Gray and Terrione Johnson. The two of you have been together for 9 years, off and on. You have 2 children together, correct? You are struggling in your relationship. You want to keep it together, I would think, for the kids. So, Mr. Gray, I'm going to start with you. Why don't you tell me what's going on and why you're here today?
I'm here today because I continuously get accused of cheating. We have lack of sex, we have lack of communication, and it's constantly lying all over the place. And we also, with the communication, we have our families involved. I'm guilty of that, and that is another problem that she also has.
But your families get in your business?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Why don't you start me off with a story about the most pressing thing?
Getting accused of cheating. I mean, I have cheated on her. She knows. She thinks that I cheated with 4 girls.
Right.
When I haven't cheated with 4 girls. It's only been 2.
Only 2, okay.
She thinks because of me texting 4 girls, that's what she thinks cheating is.
Yeah, well, what did you text those 4 girls? What kind of texts were they?
Text was like the girls wanted to come over to the house. They wanted me to come to their house.
Was it sexual in nature?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
It was something like
Is it something that if she did it, you would have a problem with it?
Yes,
I believe so.
Yeah,
I believe so.
yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
So do you understand why she has a problem with it when you do it?
I understand. I completely understand why she has a problem with it. But it's like I haven't cheated in so long, and I have moved forward.
How long is so long, Mr. 23?
Like 5, 6 months. Like
5 to 6 months? Holy moly! Wow. My man been at it strong.
Yes, ma'am.
For almost a half a year.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Ms. Johnson, why don't you tell me what the relationship looks like from your perspective?
Well, I know we're trying to work on things and better communication and work on the lies and the cheating or whatever, but I just feel like he lies to me for no reason. One time, he was supposed to be going pay a cell phone bill. I called him, D'Eric, where you at? Oh, I'm going to pay the cell phone bill. Okay, an hour go by, he come back with paraphernalia, and I'm just like, really? You could have just told me what you was going to do. He just lied about stuff like that.
Now, Mr. Gray, is that accurate?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
I take it you love her.
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Okay. And you've done a lot of things that are dishonest and hurtful.
Yes, ma'am.
I want you to tell me what changed in the last 5 to 6 months you believe that should change the way she looks at this relationship. Because you say you've been faithful for 5 to 6 months.
That's because we haven't been together for 5 to 6 months.
What's been happening in the last 5 or 6 months?
We've been just working
together.
on our relationship. We broke up because of the lying and the cheating. So of course he's not going to cheat because we're not together.
So have you had sexual relationships with other people during this 5 or 6 break period?
No, ma'am, I haven't.
You've been sexually active all these years, and now you're telling me that you haven't been sexually active for 6 months because you've broken up with her and you're not seeing anybody else. I'm finding that hard to believe.
I'm not seeing anybody else.
Yeah, but are you having sex with other people?
I'm not having sex with nobody.
Not at all?
Not at all.
So you've stopped having sex altogether?
I stopped having sex with everybody, all together.
When?
Me and her are the only, me and her have intercourse.
When? Since July?
No, it was before July.
Okay.
It was way before July.
I'm having a hard time believing you, Mr. Gray. I have to say that. How do you believe she's contributed to the difficulties in your relationship?
Because she brushes me off. When I'm trying to be intimate with her, she brushes me off. She don't want no part of anything. Like, she's not interested. So that makes me feel like she don't want me, so what am I supposed to do? If I keep coming on to you and you turning me down and you blocking me from having intercourse with you and showing you some type of affection, what am I supposed to do? So that drove me to cheating.
Yeah, so that's her fault.
That's her fault. And I explained that to her before I cheated, I explained that to her.
You said if I can't get some more here, I'm gonna have to go somewhere else and get some.
What you won't do, another woman
will do.
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Johnson, did you have that conversation with him?
Yeah, we had that conversation, but I also told him respect goes a long way. If you feel like you can talk to me any kind of way, call me out of my name, I'm not gonna have sex with you, period, point blank. And I stand on that 100%.
Okay. Now see there, you were the author of your own sexlessness.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Women can't just like be mistreated all day long and then feel sexy in the evening.
Right.
Were you not treating her well during the day and then expecting things to go well at night?
Part of that is true, but not all of it, because it has been plenty of times where we can have a great day, a great week, a great 2 weeks, and I still try to come on to her, and she still turned me down. So it's not just because of me talking to you any kind of way, it's because of how you feel. It's not me. I mean, yeah, I do admit.
Why do you think, what do you think she's feeling?
I have no clue. I do admit I do talk to her bad sometimes when we have argument, because that's what a relationship is.
No, that's not what a relationship is.
She talked to me like that too. Yeah. So arguments goes both ways. She talked to me some type of way, I talk to her some type of way. But that doesn't stop. That doesn't stop the way I feel about it, and that doesn't stop me.
For me, it does. How could you talk to me like that if you love me?
I got you. Look, I'm going to talk to you about the way you talk to one another.
Yes, ma'am.
It would get so heated to where once in the beginning of one of my pregnancies, the first one, and we would get into argument. We had just moved in our first apartment, and he would go so far as telling me that I could pack my stuff and leave. Pregnant, 7 months pregnant, telling me I could pack my stuff and leave.
Ms. Johnson, you say that he's verbally abusive to you. What kind of things does he say to you?
Calling me out of my name. Like simple arguments. It would get so heated to where once when in the beginning, not in the beginning of the relationship, beginning of one of my pregnancies, the first one. And we would get into argument. We had just moved in our first apartment, and he would go so far as telling me that I could pack my stuff and leave. Pregnant, 7 months pregnant, telling me I could pack my stuff and leave.
Mr. Gray, what do you have to say about your communication issues? What does she say to you that you believe causes you to retort in that manner or to reply in that manner?
Bad talking, cursing, arguing, a lot of arguments. She can be mad with her family members and take it out on me.
Yeah.
Come to me cursing, yelling, and screaming. So you want to take something out on me, I'm going to give you what you're giving me.
Gotcha.
It goes both ways.
I understand that both of your families tend to get involved in your... Give me an example of how it gets messy.
Because I am the type of person that always goes to my mom and talk to her about something, because my mom, it's only been me, my mom, my sisters, and my little brother our whole life. No one else. So that them are people that I can go to and confide in and talk to and give them insight on my problems and take advice and take heed to what they saying, and I bring it to her attention and let her know, okay, I talked to my people about this. This is what we should do.
But it's going so far to where we'll get into arguments and he will go to them and they will feel like they can call me and argue with me about what's going on with me and him.
Does your family call her and argue with her? Do you think that's appropriate?
I know who she's talking about. I have told this person plenty of times not to do that. I cannot control what somebody else does. The only thing I can do
about that. Nobody can tell me.
Only thing I can do is tell that person to do not text her phone no more. That is not your place.
I also understand your family and her family had an argument on whether or not she would have a cesarean or a natural birth.
Yes, ma'am.
How does that happen?
I don't know. Her mom has not been liking me since after my first daughter was born.
Yeah, but who got into an argument then?
Me and her mom. Me and her
mom.
mom got into that
my
argument
mom.
because her mom was trying to tell the doctor how to do the doctor's job. How can you tell the doctor how to do her job?
Was your mom trying to tell the doctor what to do?
My mom
mom
was
and her
basically
aunt.
saying that she don't need to get a C-section. She been going through labor this long, let her have her baby. She don't need to get a C-section. Basically saying that because with her last pregnancy, she had to get a C-section, and she know the pain, she know the recovery and all of that. So that's why she was saying that. But I didn't want to get a C-section either.
And I understood that.
Yeah, that's what the argument
I
was
sat
about.
I sat there and talked to her the whole time
I
about it.
got it. I got a picture. It's an ugly picture, but I got it.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about deconstructing it so we can reconstruct it.
I don't know what we could do to make it work. I just wanted it to work for our kids and for us because he's the only person that I've been with since I was 18 years old. So it's just like, it's the only thing that I know, and I want it to work for my kids because I didn't have my dad.
And you don't want that for your girls. Mr. Gray, if I could get you one thing from Ms. Johnson in order to make this union work, what would it be?
Just for her to show more interest in me and just be more outgoing, because we stay in the house a lot. I want to go out and have fun, you know? I just need her to be able to interact with me more, not just intimate, but outside the house, you know, with our kids and everything.
I think that's bizarre that you said that. We just talked about your family's getting into it, arguing about, deliveries, and you say the one thing that you need from her is to party more with you.
No, not party, like just
go
get
out
out
and
the
hang
house.
out with
yeah,
you.
just get out the
Dates,
house.
basically.
And you really think that will fix all of the stuff we're talking about here?
I really do, because it'll give us a chance to get out the house and be able to go and sit down and talk about our problems instead of always arguing
That's
inside
alarming
the house.
that you think that, and it's just alarming. But you're young, and I get why you think that if more happy times will make it better, but more happy times, when you go out, you're going to have a couple of drinks. That's no way to have a conversation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're going to be drunk.
I understand that,
And drunk makes you stupid.
No, I'm
drunk
not
makes me
talking about-
stupid, makes you stupid, makes her stupid.
I'm not
makes
talking
it
about getting
I know,
drinks
I
or
understand,
anything.
but that's not going to solve what's wrong here.
Right.
That's not going to solve what's wrong here. If I could get one thing from him that he would do in your direction to start this thing on the right track, what would it be?
When we get in arguments, the disrespect is at an all-time high. Like, that just needs to go away. Like, you should remember, at the end of the day, that's just the argument, and words do hurt. Like, the name calling is...
It's beyond the pale. It's just unbelievable. Do you see this, how upset she is?
Yes, ma'am.
Here's the problem that we got. I got two people who have absolutely no idea how to talk to one another and have absolutely no idea how to run a relationship, trying to be parents to two children. And you don't have the patience, you don't have the background, you don't have the examples, because you said you just had a mom, and you don't have any clue what to do other than to get angry.
Right.
And all I'm trying to convince you of at this juncture is that you have no clue. Right. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
That you absolutely have no clue. Do you agree with that?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you agree you have no clue?
Yeah, and I said, I spoke to him about this. Like, we started out young. We've been dating since we've been knowing each other for 10 years, and we've been dating since we was 13 years old. And we started out being in a serious relationship at 18, so we really don't know how to be in a relationship, and we just trying to work on it. And I said, we just young trying to figure it out. I've said this plenty of times. So I don't know what we could do to make it work. I just wanted it to work for our kids and for us, because he's the only person that I've been with since I was 18 years old. So it's just like, it's the only thing that I know, and I want it to work for my kids because I didn't have my dad.
And you don't want that for your girls.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't have my dad either.
Yeah. We know what you're doing isn't working.
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm going to have to ask you to act in opposition to how you feel in order to make this thing work. You with me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we're going to go on this ride together.
All right.
All right. I wish I had a couple of hours instead of a couple of minutes. The first thing you need to do is not to take advice from people who haven't had a successful relationship. You're taking advice from your families. They don't come from a cohesive two-partner relationship. When you go home and tell your parents or your family what's going wrong, they get one side of the story. But when you have a good time, you don't call them up. You are not going to believe how good the sex was today. You don't do that. All they have is an ugly picture of her with no balance.
Right.
So they're going to be angry. They're going to be, she's all negative and not positive. Same thing for you, because you don't call with the positive. You only call with the negative.
I don't call, period.
Yeah, well, okay. Then
that's all
for
on me,
you.
yes, ma'am.
Yeah, it's mainly him.
But you need to let your mother back up too, because if she's telling the doctor what to do, she's speaking out of school. And you've got to make sure. Sometimes women believe that being loud and obstreperous is the same thing as being strong. Not true. Your strength lies in your ability to contain your emotions, not your ability to express them. So if you were raised in an atmosphere where strength comes off as brusque and abrasive, that's where you're going to go with it. And that's not what you need to do. You two need to learn how to have a conversation.
Yes,
you have to have a conversation. There got to be rules to it. You ever go to church? You go in there, you don't go be cussing and pulling up your pants and putting your hands between your legs and all that kind of stuff. You don't do that, because it's church.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
so your house has got to be church. You know what I mean? There got to be rules to it. I'm not going to call the woman who holds my daughters in her arms, who once held them in her womb, I'm not going to do her any damage at all.
Yes,
because I know when I hurt the person who holds my girls, I hurt my girls.
Yes, ma'am.
That's what she does.
Yes, ma'am.
And I know you're going to say, if I said who's the head of the household, you're going to say it's you. You need to go first and lead in that. Never get angry, never get upset, never call her out a name. If she does happen to make that mistake, back up, babe. We're not going there.
Yes, ma'am.
On behalf of Jane and Barbara. Those are your kids. I'm just making stuff up. We're not going there on behalf of Jane and Barbara. That's your job.
Yes,
that's
ma'am.
your gig. Never to get excited, never to get crazy. And every time she does, you remind we are not going there.
Doing that. Yes, ma'am.
Because of Jane and Barbara.
Yes,
Do you
ma'am.
understand what
Yes,
I'm
ma'am,
saying?
I understand.
You're not going to talk to your mama no more.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
You're
ma'am.
going to talk to her. I'm going to give you 2 books. Making Marriage Works. How to talk to a woman, how to talk to a man, how to have a conversation. But remember, you're going to church. Remember, you love Jane and Barbara, because Jane and Barbara is the reason that you do everything. And before you open your mouth, before you pick up the phone, before you text anybody, make sure that Jane and Barbara is the first thing through your mind so you can behave a little better than you have today. I'm going to send you to somebody that's going to help you out and get you started. It is my hope that you do well. And it is my intention to follow up. If my people call you, you gonna let me know what's up?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, so you know I'm gonna call.
Yes, ma'am.
And so if you don't do the right thing, I'm gonna talk about you. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good luck to both of you. This matter is adjourned.
The judge is rooting for us, so I think me and her, we should really
Work on the communication and talking to each other better. I think that's the biggest part, the respecting each other more and trying to build the trust back in the relationship.
and being able to go and have more fun instead of being stuck inside all the time.
Yeah, that's something we need to work on as well.